Hi everyone, my name is MadMatt Lugos and welcome to Metro 2033 Redux. So, if you've never watched one of my videos before, I like to play single player, story focused games where I can take my time, explore and focus on the story and narrative elements of a game. So, Metro and the Metro series, the trilogy, are a set of games based on novels by the Russian novelist Dmitry Glukhovsky. I think that's how you say his name. Anyway, it's sort of like a post-apocalyptic setting after like a nuclear bomb has gone off and has left the world in ruins. A small portion of the Russian population has now moved to the underground system where they found shelter from the nuclear fallout. And this is sort of, I think it's maybe 20 years after they've moved underground, and we play as the character Artyom, who knows nothing really of the surface world. He's grown up in the metro, and things have gotten a bit worse. There's some sort of weird mutants on the outside that they're having to deal with and fight against. So, you know, it's going to be like a bit of a darker post-apocalyptic setting. I really do like when games are based on literature, because it gives them a good narrative base to draw on. So, you know, because sometimes the writing in games can be a little shallow, but when they've got a good base like that, it adds a lot of depth. So if I maybe sound like someone you want to come along on this journey with, you know, I'm a bit of a slow player. I like to explore and I'll focus on the story. I'm not great at shooting games, but, you know, I'm more here for the lore and the story than I am for the shooting mechanics. So maybe come along with me for this one if I sound like someone you're gonna enjoy experiencing this game with. Okay guys, so depending on how much I enjoy 2033, that'll depend whether I play the whole series. I'm hoping that I'll, you know, end up playing the whole trilogy, but we'll see how we go with 2033 here. Okay guys, so I have played the first, just the little tutorial area, just to see how I was with the gameplay. So I just wanted to really decide whether I was going to play the game on normal or hardcore, and I came to the conclusion that I'm just going to play the game on normal difficulty and on the Spartan setting that uses the Last Light style gameplay. I do usually tend to play most games on hard where I can, but because I'm just not great with first person shooters, I think I'm going to enjoy the game more, because I'm more here for the story than I am here for the shooting. So I'm going to play, unfortunately, I'm going to play the game on normal. I think I'm just going to it's going to be too annoying for me playing on hardcore with a game like this, where it's not the kind of game I usually play. So the learning curve's just going to take ages for me. So there's a little intro bit prior to this menu, so I'm just going to run that, and then we'll get started in a new game.
I was born in Moscow, but I remember nothing of that time. I was just an infant when the old world was destroyed in the flames of nuclear fire. I, along with 40,000 others, were saved by retreating to the metro stations deep under the city. Now, 20 years have passed, and going up into the embrace of an endless winter was left to a few brave souls. The metro was our home, and our fortress against the nightmarish mutants who roamed the tunnels. Still, we never gave up hope that we would return to the surface. But one day, a new threat appeared, and we found ourselves in a war to determine the very existence of our species.
Right, okay, so the introduction sort of sets up the world here. The surface world is in an endless winter, as they said, so it's completely uninhabitable. There's nightmarish mutants, like they said as well, but they seem to have had a handle on them. But until now, where we pick up the game, there's been a new kind of creature that's appeared that they can't really deal with. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can solve the mystery of what this new creature is, and progress through the metro. Right, let's set up a new game. So as I said, we'll go for Spartan because that's the last light style. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for normal. Yeah, that's just my previous save from when I tested out the gameplay. Let's go. Yeah, the brightness is up a bit. Let's get going.
The tunnel grew colder. Miller and I were close to the surface now. Soon, we would climb up into the howling wind to fight our way through whatever nightmares were waiting there. My long journey was nearly at the end. But would I have the courage, the will to see it through?
So my long journey was nearly at an end, so this is towards the end of the story, so we're going to jump backwards, it seems, and then lead up to this. And as I said in the intro, a few of them go to the surface like brave souls. Alright, let's go.
Hey, Artyom. When you left your home station, did you ever think we'll end up in a place like this? Not knowing whether we were about to save our world or send it straight to hell.
Okay, so they're not sure what the consequences of this mission are going to be.
We'll have to get through the military outpost to reach the surface, Artyom. Shh, ticho. Something's moving in the next room. Open the gate, I'll cover.
So, yeah, they're not sure whether what they're about to do is going to just ruin everything, I think, or whether it's going to benefit everyone. It's got the spiders everywhere. Right, so we'll have these little metro books.
I'll cover you.
Okay, note number 1. There's nobody among the Order's fighters who'd ever lived at the exhibition. Why would they risk their lives to save us? Total strangers to them. What for? Perhaps they, just as I do, believe that the Dark Ones are a threat, not just for our god-forgotten backwater station, but for the Metro as a whole. That I don't know, but one thing I know for sure, I can't watch these people and not feel admiration. They couldn't care less which station we hail from, which god and which politics we believed. The one thing they actually cared about was that we were human beings and we were in danger. When joining the Order, one vows to protect the Metro, the last refuge of human race, to the end. Some of them believe they can prevail. A lot more think we're all doomed regardless, but they don't even think of laying down their arms and giving up the struggle. Such were Hunter's comrades, and it would be the highest honour for me to become one of them. Okay, so this group, the Order, are trying to get rid of the Dark Ones, it seems. And RTM admires them, but he's not really sure why they're helping. Exhibition is the station that the RTM is from. Okay. So as I said, yeah, I've played through just this little intro. After that, I am completely blind. Oh, what does this do? That's probably safer to do it that way, isn't it?
Shit is always breaking down in here. Use the auxiliary hand system to open the gate.
What's these cobwebs?
Check those crates for ammo and med packs.
Yes. We shut the gate behind us.
Ready, Artyom? Follow me.
Is there anything else in there? Alright. Ton of ammo. Let's have a look in this side path. Use the equipment menu to turn on the flashlight. Got any more side paths?
Up we go. Seems like nobody's home. Before we hit the surface, put your gas mask on. Without it, you'd be like a goldfish outside the pool.
We're almost there. This is the Korolov performance hall. It's really close to the tower.
We can see the shadow there.
Hold your weapon. Suki. Here we go.
Okay. Look at those things. What are those little things, man? Oh, everything's mutated, hasn't it?
Ready? Let's move out.
Come in, Woodman. Come in. Over. You're coming through loud and clear. Over. We're at the tower. I repeat, we're at the tower. Did the group move out? Over. Well, that's affirmative. We've made contact. They should be in the vicinity of the tower now. Over. Roger. We'll contact you again when we're at the top of the tower. Get a fix on our location then. Over.
Let's go. The others should already be here.
Come on. Oh, maybe jump.
Glad to see you, Colonel. Did you hear that? Listen. What the hell is it? Turn the circle.
Oh my god.
Stay calm.
There's no way you'd survive this.
Watch your backs, boys. Okay. Looks it's gonna be tougher than the library.
Back up.
On my mark. Shit, wait, fire at will.
Flyers. Whoa! There goes the gunner. There goes Artyom.
Life was never easy in the tunnels, but it was our home. There was comfort in its routines, in seeing the same people day after day. But since the mutant attacks had escalated, fear ruled the station. I had just turned 20, and could never have imagined what would follow on the morning that my stepfather's friend Hunter arrived at the barricade.
So this is 8 days before that thing we've just seen there on the surface. But the mutant attacks are getting worse, people were getting scared. And then this mysterious guy Hunter has arrived. And that's what starts off events. So from this point on, yeah, I am blind, guys. I just played that little prologue to see what I was like with the gameplay, which wasn't very good. Me, not the gameplay. Pictures of the old world and of the sun, really, because that's one thing they won't get to see.
Artyom, you're awake at last, I see. Hunter's on his way in. He should have news from the other stations. Come on.
Soundtrack is actually quite nice. Let's not waste our electricity. So one thing that's interesting to me is, you know, if like it can really affect, it can like biologically it can really affect your mood when you don't see that much sunlight. To do like the pineal gland in the brain can really affect it.
Let's go, Artyom.
Okay. Hello, friend. Sorry.
Shit. PS disease. I've been through worse, and I'm not giving up. What's your plan for the Dark Ones? Hunt them all down and shoot them? What a joke. Hello, Arton.
Hello, friends. Right. So we've got children here.
The station can't survive much longer if these attacks don't stop. We must do something.
What more can we do?
Locked. Hello, Doc.
The Dark Ones will kill us all.
He does not have much hope.
Let's see what Hunter says.
Sergei, have you seen my Sergei?
Hello, Arton.
Hi, friend.
Another patrol was attacked last night. The hospital's full.
So people are being picked off.
Mommy, do we need to wait
Let's go,
long?
Artyom.
What about Alexei? He was at the outpost.
Friends and family of the soldiers.
Peter!
The captain said he was okay. Oh, that's you. I hope he's alive.
People waiting for their...
My brother is in hospital.
Hello. Got the hospital here.
Not much improvement. Two died this morning.
The Dark Ones ones do not kill outright, but they damage a victim's mind. Sooner or later, this leads to death.
Damage the mind. So they don't kill people like those other monsters we saw. Day after day our patrols go out to the northern tunnels, and day after day they return bearing casualties. Murdered brutally, inexplicably so. And even more casualties come back alive, but insane. And yet it's only by sending our friends, neighbours and relatives out there that we can keep the Dark Ones at a distance. When we run out of manpower to stop their attacks far enough, when they arrive at the station itself, we'll be done for. I hear people talking secretly at the station, and it's just as prolonging the agony. There's no hope for salvation, but Sukhoi, my father, and the head of the station, still hopes for a miracle. He insists that an old friend of his, Hunter, can save us. Hunter is a member of the Spartan Order, battle brotherhood sworn to protecting the Metro from any and all dangers. There is nothing capable of instilling fear into the hearts of those men. At least there was nothing until the Dark Ones arrived.
God, when will this ever end? I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, so the people are at wit's end, really. Not much hope left. But we've got this order.
What the hell? Who could that be?
It's Hunter.
Mutants don't knock first. Open the damn gate.
He's pretty heavily armoured.
Welcome to the exhibition, Hunter.
Thanks. Now close your kit.
It's been a long time, Hunter.
Good to see you, Alex. Hello, Artyom.
So,
Hello, Hunter.
What's happening in the outside world these days?
Not much. Most of what I hear is about the exhibition and the undead infesting your tunnels. Artyom, I met a trader selling old postcards of New York City. I thought of your wall.
Thank you.
These are not the usual mutant creatures. This is something else. What the hell? Something much worse.
Dark ones. Well, whatever in hell they are, my order has a motto. If it's hostile, you kill it.
The Dark Ones do not...
They're coming in from above.
Shit. Just what we needed.
There are wounded here just behind the wall. The
Kirill, take your group to the tunnels.
Alex,
Hunter...
we must stay here and defend the hall.
All right, Artyom, quickly, get a weapon. Damn, they never come this far into this station.
It's the hospital. They smell the blood.
She said the vents, didn't she?
Artyom, are you all right?
Just about.
Of course. Deadeye shot this one.
We'll go
No
that
dark
far.
ones here. Just the usual tunnel trash.
Even when you don't see them, the Dark Ones are there. Fear. That's their weapon. That's what made the Nosalises run through the tunnels like rats. The Dark Ones are not simple mutants. They're Homo Novus, the next step in evolution. You've heard about survival of the fittest? Guess what? We lost.
What's happened to you, Alex? You can go like lambs to the slaughter. I'll hang on to whatever life I got with teeth and claws. And I'll take more than a few of your Homo Novus with me to hell.
You think you're some old movie cowboy? Have a look, Hunter. 10 soldiers, trained in combat. Their bodies broken, their minds gone.
The Dark Ones! They destroyed the outer guard post!
Slow-mo running. Oh, was this the bit from the intro?
The devil knows what's happening out there, beyond your perimeter. I must go recon the situation. Listen carefully at him. If I'm not back here by morning, you must get to police station and find a man named Miller. Tell him what's happened to me and what's stirring in the northern tunnels. Show this to Miller so he knows I've sent you. I trust everything to you, Artyom. Don't let me down. If we are to survive, this threat must be eliminated, no matter the cost. Eliminated. Understand?
Hunter did not return. It wouldn't be easy to find an excuse to leave the station and travel to Polis, but I had given my word. I learned that the caravan was heading to Riga the next day and needed guards. I signed on for the ride.
Okay, so immediately we've got like a divide, haven't we? Like Hunter thinks that they're beasts, they need to be killed. And Alex, our father, Artyom's father, doesn't necessarily think that we need to, you know, befriend them or anything, but he's saying that it's a more evolved kind of mutant, and perhaps it's sentient, unlike those sort of more bestial ones. So we need to go to Riga before going to Polis. Yeah.
Finally! Taking your time as usual, huh? Alright, grab your gear, go to the platform, they're waiting for us. I'll meet you there. Hey, Artyom, don't forget anything, huh?
So we need to gear up. Got our trusty notepad. I spotted one there, yeah. Okay, the task of defending our home station from the Dark Ones, enemies horrifying, mysterious and unbeatable, is becoming the sole focus of all our efforts. We've all but forgotten our old enemies. The Nosalises and the Watchmen, and if not for Hunter, these beasts would have been unleashed on our hospital. I cringe to think of the carnage that would ensue should Hunter have arrived a mere hour too late. Okay, so there's another notepad lurking around somewhere. Let's be responsible. Let's turn the lights off.
Sorry, Artyom. This part of the station is under temporary lockdown. Only the guards may pass.
Okay, friend.
Hey, that's some nice music. Where did you get that record?
Got it from a ranger for a ton of ammo.
Hey, you're sure you don't regret getting it?
Bit of music's worth it, I think.
I'm sick and tired of this
I
shit.
am too.
Why
Hi,
can't I
mate.
put up with it? been. Mom told me to keep away from you, that you were no good. And she was...
Alright then, try something else now. How about... I know. How about a house where you'd like to live with your mom and dad? Oh, come on.
A house? A big one?
And when your mom comes back, we'll show it to her and she'll be happy. That's going to be a great surprise for her son.
Okay, I'll draw that. Daddy, when is Mom going to come back?
Soon. I wish she could see how much you've grown.
Kid's got a seriously deep voice. Hey. Okay, so...
No! Oh, shit. Dream. I dreamt I was on the surface again.
I don't want to hear about your nightmares. We got a good 50 years before we can go topside again. So go back to sleep already.
Oh, so they've got a time frame. Maybe they know how long the nuclear fallout takes to clear or something. So life is sort of still functioning down here. One thing that's always interesting in these post-apocalyptic settings is sort of how they run the place. You know, the politics and... You know, without a government, how do they function with laws, you know, currency, bartering, who's in charge of food, do they stick together, are they all out for themselves? It's always fascinating in these worlds, like the infrastructure of the place.
So, that top guy comes over and says, baby, if my wife could cook like you, I'd be the happiest man in the world. So I ask him, can't your wife cook at all? And he says, actually, I'm not married. That's sweet. So go for it, girl.
And this is heaven. I love mushrooms. Oh, it's got a compass in. Right.
Dirt everywhere, just dirt. People are filth, you know? Liars, hypocrites, traitors, everywhere.
What? You saying that I'm dirt? Well, you're shit, okay?
Nope. Oh, what was that? Bullets?
Who's that? Artem, is that you?
Yeah.
Is everything alright? Sorry, I'm busy right now.
What you got there?
Is that you, Pete?
Yes.
Can't you open it yourself?
No.
Lost the keys again.
It's me, Pete. Let me in.
Go find the keys.
All right.
I can't get up. Look who's talking about dirt. Walking around and leaving those dirty footprints everywhere.
Who's there?
It's me.
That's something to piss
Sure,
anyone off.
Tom. Well, let me get some rest, will ya? Gonna be my watch soon.
All right.
Get lost, Artyom.
Hey.
Did I ask you to stay close? Looking for you all over the place, ain't no fun at all.
Counting on all our citizens to welcome our new allies and to offer them the same respect shown to our home guard. Thank you for your attention.
Still got some people who want to shout their politics about, even in this setting. It's a jail?
Hey, you!
Oh.
Come over here!
Hello?
Not talking aloud.
Oh.
You heard me. And you, Artyom, should go. You got no business here.
Okay.
Prison is a place for thieves.
In charge of radio monitoring. Our hope was to contact the government bunkers over the Urals, but those bunkers were the first to be hit. At first, they didn't directly target civilians. And nobody thought this would be the war that would end it all. As I was monitoring the radio, I picked up a lot of weird stuff in the beginning too. Siberia was silent, but the others did transmit, including the strategic nuclear subs. Subs kept waiting for orders. Should we hit them? No one could believe Moscow was not there anymore. Naval captains wept like kids on the air. The crewmen were begging me to check if their families were among the survivors. But I couldn't do anything. Some of the sub-crews decided to get their revenge and went to their launch positions. Others reasoned that since the world was doomed, more killing was pointless. The subs continued to come back on air for a long time. They could stay submerged for half a year at least. Some of them were destroyed, but not all. I still shiver when I remember those days.
Interesting. So the submarines were looking for orders, but there was no one to give orders back, and they were sort of stuck under there because they couldn't surface with all the fallout. Maybe, well, maybe they could at the ocean.
Not bad, at least.
What? I missed that.
How can this be? Tell me he's going to be alright. Do something. Get off your ass. Go find the money to buy the
Artyom,
medicine.
please. My son's sick. Could you spare a couple of cartridges? I'll pay you back as soon as I can.
Oh, this is currency. Of course.
Thanks, Artyom. I knew I could count on you.
Hello, friend. Okay.
Look at this. That's a real helmet for you. That one's not bad either, but this is the real deal.
Good soldiers. Rolling ahead and some to the rear.
Sure, more than enough protection.
Transporting cargo. While at war, your weapon is your best friend.
Oh, a vendor. Okay, so we've got our pistol. We can customize. So we've got optics or the barrel. So, Reflex Sight. This pre-war sight makes aiming the gun at close and medium range easier without sacrificing much of the field of view. Increase accuracy at medium and long range, but makes the weapon bulkier and heavier. Hides the muzzle flash and muffles the shot, decreasing spread at the same time. Projectile speed is also decreased, leading to more damage fallout. So it's a silencer. That could be useful for stealth. I don't know if we should be buying stuff at this point, but my aiming's pretty bad. I'm playing on PS4, by the way, with a controller, obviously, so I think this would be useful. Thank you, friend.
You can see it. You can kill it.
Drunk again. Get the hell up, you slob.
How could this happen?
Well, sweetheart, what you doing?
You drink like there's no
Hello, friend.
and there won't be.
You can use your military-grade bullets at exchange kiosks to purchase more ammo for your weapons.
Yes. Move it, you white sack.
Make your choice, huh?
So the 44 Magnum, due to their substantial weight, the bullets in this caliber have great stopping power despite the cartridges being produced in the Metro.
A nice idea. Huh, nice deal.
Yes.
Best selection of perfect customer satisfaction.
What are you reading there, friend? Metro 2035.
Hello, Artyom. Look, I'll give the book back to you tomorrow, okay? I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, it's my book as well. Oh, it's by the author. Okay, that's a little Easter egg. Dmitry Sklykovsky, right? Hope I'm not being too bad with my pronunciation.
Artyom.
Yes.
Where's your gear? No, go to the armory and get geared up.
Okay. Alright, let's go get geared up. Hey guys. What's up, guys?
So, what do you make of that new guy? He seems completely incompetent.
As if you were born a soldier. Anyone can learn anything.
No, only if you're cut out for it. If not, you'll be a cleaner or a loader for the rest of your days.
Got both hands? Got a head? Here's your gun and go, go, go. Never fear, it's the same old story.
So when you're in a new job, people are never very welcoming, are they?
Hello, Artyom. You need some weapons? Okay, let's take a look. Submachine gun, 5.45 caliber, made in the armory. It's got poor accuracy and overheats like hell. That's why they call it a bastard gun. Use short bursts, Artyom.
Okay.
Help yourself to some ammo, too. Here's a universal charger to keep the battery powered. And a gas mask. Put it on if you crossed any radiation hot zones. Or, God help you, go up to the surface.
Yeah.
Army issue first aid kits, just in case.
Alright.
Okay, you're supplied, my friend. Feel free to try out your weapon on my firing range. And, you try not to stick out your head too much, okay?
So a short burst for this because he said it overheats, which seems kind of frustrating. Thank you, friend. Mr. 70s glasses. Alright, let's we're geared up. Let's excuse me.
Do you think one day we could go back up to the surface? I've never seen Moscow, just the old pictures.
Moscow's gone. Soon we'll be gone too. And the monsters will inherit the Earth.
But there were other subways. In St. Petersburg, Minsk, Kiev.
People might have survived somewhere else, or at least for a while. But so many years have passed now, and we've heard nothing from them. The other cities didn't have defense rings like Moscow did. What a great city it was, St. Petersburg. The cathedral and the Admiralty with its spire. I remember summer nights at Nevsky Avenue, crowds, laughter, kids with ice cream, beautiful slender girls, the music, and the air, sweet enough to drink. What a beautiful world we've destroyed.
So yeah, they're really living off the hope of their memories of the old world. How long did he didn't say 70 then, did he? He said, did he just mean 7 years since they've heard anything from the other cities? I think that's what he meant. Very dreary though, isn't it? Very dreary. Hi, mate.
Hi, how are you, Artyom?
I'm good. Oh. Father.
Come in, son. You're ready to set off? Good. You've probably heard that our station is creating an alliance with Riga. We're sending them a couple of rail cars with humanitarian goods, some weapons and some miscellaneous gear. That's the cargo you'll be looking after. It's not a very long trip, and it should not be too hard. Artyom, one thing before you go. I can see that you look up to Hunter, but a ranger's life is different than ours. They are reckless, even violent by nature. There's nothing to be gained by playing the hero, so stay clear of trouble. See the caravan to its destination and come home as soon as possible. Goodbye, my boy.
So we're lying to our father because we plan on doing Hunter's mission, but we need to be wary of the Hunters because they're violent and reckless, like he said. Whereas he seems to be more, he wants to keep things more in order, more like with normal politics. So this is the second note. So, but Hunter arrived at the exhibition just on time. I like to think that it was not just blind luck, that it was fate at work, and that it was the same fate that made Hunter choose me to travel to Polis with his report on the Dark Ones. It seems that I've dreamt of visiting Polis, the great legendary centre of the Metro, the centre of our civilization, my whole life. But a chance to actually make that dream come true just had come by now of all time. What? but a chance to actually make that dream come true had just come by now of all times, when my home station desperately needs every fighter it can field. Do I have the right to abandon my adopted father? Oh, it's his adopted father. My friends in an hour of danger? Where is my place next to them on the barricades or at the far stations where Hunter sends me? I don't know for sure, but I still set out on a journey. I'd like to believe that I am summoned by fate. It's dangerous thinking about fate like this. I mean, interestingly, I do believe in a kind of deterministic fate. Not fate in the sort of like hippie style fate, psychic style fate. I believe it in more of a cold way, in that you know, things can't really go more than one way. Things will happen because of you're only ever going to make one decision, or people are only ever going to make certain choices. So I got pigs. Hey guys.
Hello, Artyom. How are you?
Good.
Give me some rest. Can't even get a break for a smoke.
A mighty fine bet, I must say.
Nah, you're looking after them just fine, dude.
I got it. I got it.
Dude, why'd you need him to hold it? It's a... Oh. Hello.
Joining the caravan. Good luck to you then.
Hello, friend.
Hello, Artyom.
Artyom, here, move it!
I can see you, mate. I'm not a dog.
Привет. So you ready to move out?
Certainly am, friend.
Are you ready? Well, let's go then. You take that seat, Artyom, and you, Eugene, take this one. Did anybody forget anything?
So, you get your gear? Let's go then.
Hey guys, going to Riga?
Yeah, we are.
Can I get a lift?
Sure, but no free rides. We'll have to pull the lever sometimes.
I can do that.
Let's go then.
Many hands make light work.
I'll ride it then. Good luck to everyone staying home, and to us too.
Boy,
let's go.
Good luck to us.
So, are you ready to finally be somewhere else?
Oh, Artyomka! Free at last, huh? Well, for as long as the ride takes anyway. Should be fun. More dangerous. Even better, right?
You're far too positive, mate.
It was the first time I had left the safety of my home station. It troubled me that I hadn't told my stepfather the truth. I would not be heading straight back from Riga. But Hunter was depending on me.
Okay guys, so I think I'll leave that one there. We made a nice start to Metro 2033. We've got a bit of a sense of the sort of fear and sort of almost hopelessness that's going around in the Metro. We sort of learned a bit about the world, about how the surface is just done really. The only people who will have survived will have people who've taken shelter underground. And the mutants that we've been sort of reasonably comfortably dealing with in the 20 years leading up to this have evolved somehow, and there is the mysterious creatures called the Dark Ones are attacking the Metro, and they're not always killing people, they're tormenting their minds. We are now on our way to Riga, and then once we get to Riga we will not be returning home like our father wants. We will be going to Polis to help Hunter complete his mission. So I hope you've enjoyed the start to Metro 2033, guys. Let me know what you think of it, and we'll carry on with this next time. So maybe leave me a like on the video, as this is the first one in the series. That could really help me out. If you've not already, don't forget to subscribe so you can join Clan Drummond and see more games like this. And just remember, everybody, never trust an on-crate. Right, I will see you back in the Metro.
I was born in Moscow. But I remember nothing of that time. I was just an infant when the old world was destroyed in the flames of nuclear fire.